You got to have grit to be in this industry. Whether it's the farm equipment business or whether you're a farmer, it's tough. It seems like there's so many things that are outside of your control. You're so dependent on the weather. It's tedious, it's challenging, it's different almost every day. And why do we do it? I think it's the best group of people that you could ever work with, you know, in the world.
Stripper pulls it down, and when this hits the plate, it just explodes.
Okay.
Like the whole freaking ear.
So you're losing that.
Blows up. It blows up, Matt.
Hurting ear.
Freaking everywhere. Corn everywhere. These little nubbins. Man, there better be a bunch of them for that to make anything.
I guess, how do you go about harvest from your role? Yeah.
Well, it's kind of tough. You know, you speak with all these farms and everybody throughout the year, and you're working on their equipment, you're getting everything rolling, and you know as you're driving to work and you're seeing the field start to turn that it's coming.
Lock and loaded, it's time for war. Tear down, kick in the door. I want it all, give me some more. I want it all, give me some more.
So you go down that way, and then what we'll go do down there is where the V comes together, and then we'll slice. That work? That works for me. Okay. So the tailings auger bearing needs to be replaced on that side. There's a seal in there, so that pulley on the other side costs you $100. You spend a half an hour, you've already spent half of it at $140 an hour, so there's no sense in trying to save the pulley. If you look on the pulley that's on the floor, it's already been bent from the customer trying to bring it out, so it's just easy to cut it off.
Gotcha.
Cut it off, save him a couple $100 and move on. I have 2 apprentices here that are learning the trade, so I'm just trying to teach them the goods and the bads and the pros and the cons. They're doing good. Yeah, we just got done changing chopper bearings. Probably one of the fastest times I've ever had changing chopper bearings, so it was a blessing. Everything came apart, but at the same time, these guys stay right at it and do a good job. We got to go to plan B now. Once you get that side tore apart, you'll be good. There we are.
I'll need a pulley, bearing, flange, and I should have all my bolts.
Yep. And there's the rest of them.
If they have it all, just let me know. Text me or something.
Yeah.
I'll probably get it right away this afternoon.
Absolutely.
How'd it go here?
Oh, it's 2 o'clock, and those chopper bearings I've seen take 12 hours, and we started on that about 8:30. So I'm pretty pleased. And I'm kind of more towards now training the young guys. That's kind of more fun than actually going out and working and stuff. Yeah, because if these guys don't come aboard, you know, in 10, 15 years, this industry's in trouble.
How long you been at it now?
June 8th was my start date. So that's what, been 4 months? Yeah, about then. It's been a learning curve ever since.
You know, my daughter Savannah is the PSSR for the store, and you know, I have a lot of customers that know Derek now and Savannah now, and obviously me. Yeah. And that's kind of a confidence builder for some of them in the store.
Right.
You know, the fact that, you know, if I didn't think it was a good place to work, I wouldn't let them do that. It's all beat down, so it's not helping the problem either. You know, I've had customers that said, you know, that says a lot for what you think about your store or the business or both by you know, allowing them both to come in. Right. And like I said, if I didn't think it was a good place to work, no way would I be doing what I'm doing, you know, with my son or daughter.
No one want to hire a 17 or 18-year-old to teach. No one. And then when I started here again, I'm lucky enough to go with him, so he's taught me a lot. I've learned a lot. But most employers out there, when I was 17 or 18, first starting out, no one wanted to hire a kid like me.
I think as a business, I think we kind of need to go after them. We need to stop looking for those A and B techs so much and start training some of these guys, these young guys.
All right, let's slide her in then.
And the other thing I think is the ESOP. That there is a huge incentive for these young kids to stick with it. I mean, if you do any research on an ESOP, and you stick with a company for a full 30 years, that's a good retirement.
You're doing well after that.
That's right. Yep. So I think if we can get the young guys started and get them trained and get them to where there's confidence level from the customer to these younger technicians, you know, I mean, these guys get used to a senior tech like me to show up, and yeah, they don't always expect things to go smooth, obviously, like today, but you know, they know that when I leave, it's done. You bring a young guy in, they're a little hesitant because, oh man, do I have to start all over again? So, ooh, did that fall down? It has been easier with Derek and some of the younger guys if I show up with them and kind of puts the mind at ease for the customers. Now you can bring it up or down. Endless opportunities here. You know, I have told Derek and these young guys and a lot of the other young guys, when I started with Gail Reese told me, he goes, you take care of the business will take care of you. I promise you that. And I'll tell you, that is true. If at the end of the day you take care of it, you will never have to worry about a job.
It seems to be hard to hold on to good technicians or to find good technicians. What are your thoughts on that?
So I'm going to use Wyatt there as an example. You know, he come in and he's green, and he knows how to turn the wrench, but there's no training. There's no way you could take either one of these guys and bring them out here or just turn them loose on this job and expect them to be efficient. You know what I'm saying? No way. My opinion is that the young guys are where we need to start, because then we can train them to be the technicians that we want, which is the benefit for the business. You know, you bring a guy like me into somewhere else, my habits are already developed. But whether they're good habits or bad habits or anything, you know, I'm pretty much set in my ways. Bring young guys in and train them to be technicians that you want. It's a win-win for everybody. And the other thing too is I think they get frustrated. I know of a couple of technicians that quit because they got tired of fighting, you know, and this stuff's a battle enough. I mean, you can see right here, this isn't a fun job. You know? So add this to the lack of training and the frustration, and sooner or later, like, well, I can go up here to Newmar Industries and make $60 an hour and work 6 hours a day and ride the wave. Now I think, you know, trying to train these young guys that, and it's not going to happen in a year, but man, if you can take 3-4 weeks and at least get them going, it's huge, you know. All right, Wyatt, get that thing out of there and we'll bring in the new one.
So this would be, this was our a shop space at one time. So here at the Lebanon location, we kind of call this really the Lebanon campus because there's really 3 different buildings here. But we converted what was an older shop here into an area where we can pull equipment in. As you can see, we got a Miller sprayer in here right now, so we can pull equipment in. We got classroom space that we'll go through here in just a second. And so you can do classroom work and then come out here and apply it, you know, on the equipment that we're instructing on. We designed it to where if you wanted to bring like a small farm-all tractor in to the classroom, or bring a, you know, like an engine on a engine stand or something in the future, if we were doing training on emissions or things like that, you can bring it right into the classroom. Honestly, where I'd love to see this go is someday this is like a Bane-Welker tech college, you know, to where we can actually bring kids out of high school and bring them through a program right here at Bane-Welker.
Current employees who are maybe struggling with a certain area of the business, maybe it's bill collections or proactively trying to sell more parts, maybe some role playing that takes place. You know, what do you do with that difficult customer? Or gives us some opportunity, if we get the right instructors in place, to help people through those challenging times and issues that they may encounter.
We even see a need for training people, you know, on how to maneuver Outlook, you know, maneuver your emails, Excel training, you know, things like that we could do on our own here at Bane-Welker, or, you know, bring somebody in to Bane-Welker and run folks through that you know, we feel could really utilize that type of training. It's just things that, you know, people probably normally don't want to take the time. You know, you work all day, you probably don't want to take a course at Ivy Tech or something like that. So what can we do for our people internally and utilize the training center to help further them?
The wet beans are stuck down. No wonder that load's slow. Hell, it's half plugged. Them 17% beans are still in here. Yeah. That's the problem. Hey, one time at band camp, I came out here the day after me and Shirley cut some really wet beans, and we left them in the timeline. It was like a stalagmite thing.
Yeah.
It's bad.
How's harvest going so far for you?
Just kind of getting started. Had a lot of guys dabbling, but we are just hammered down. We have been for about the last 3 years. We just don't seem to slow down.
Not during the summer, not during winter or anything?
No, we got about 2 or 3 weeks in the wintertime where it's pretty lax, but other than that, it's full bore all the time.
Well, having been a tech yourself, what's the mindset right now in general of a tech out there? You know,
where's the end? That's where we're already leading up to it. That's the hardest part. You know, you get into August, the end of August, and you're already almost working overtime to try to get all those machines done and ready to go. Then we get into September, and you're just pushing everybody to the limit to get those combines, heads, whatever it may be, done because you know they're going to go to the field in 2 weeks or whatever when you're in the middle of 1st September. So you do that and you're busting your tail, and then we get into season and it's like, man, but there was no real break. We never had a break anymore. It seems like we come out of spring, so you start there in April, you go through spring. Well, we get out of that and our hay business has grown enough that we got enough hay equipment we're running. No, then we go into wheat. So then we do all the wheat, then we double crop beans, and then we're right into trying to get these combines going. So there's not much of a break for the techs anymore. So right now, they've pretty well been working nonstop, almost, since April.
As you can see, that thing wouldn't be moving if he wasn't here helping me. Spent 2 days on it and couldn't get it started, and he was here, 5 minutes? It's a tough dang job, and I feel for him, and you get burnt out in a hurry. So I think it's just, we need more techs. How about that?
You guys have something unique here. Other locations I've been to seem to struggle with attrition, finding guys, and all that. What do you attribute it to here?
I really don't know how to put my finger on it. We all just work well together. We don't have silos built between parts and sales. We're all in one facility all day, every day together, and we just work well together.
Yeah.
There's a lot of communication. I think it helps that we all enjoy the same things outside of here, so we enjoy doing things together, not just at work, but outside of it.
Had ears and a tail and a trunk. You want to end up at the end of the day home with your kids and your wife and husband, whatever, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's not all about work, but you have to have both. You have to learn how to balance those things.
Well, what do you like to do for fun, Dan?
Go jeeping, do a lot of creeking with our Jeeps. Last year we went on a big trip down to Rush, Kentucky, whole convoy of us. Hang out with friends and my wife and my kid. Probably about it. Drink a lot of beer.
You keep making it work. I'm gonna let it all burn until there's nothing left. Let it all burn until the bitter end. Let it all burn. Well, I don't see how you could save this. It didn't come as a surprise. You're hiding shadows like you're famous, but you made your bed and now it's time to lie. I'm gonna make it hurt when I take my turn. Gonna let it all burn until there's nothing left. Let it all burn until the bitter end. Let it all burn for what you've done and said. Let it all burn. Let it all. I'm gonna let it all burn.
Some would call it the dream. At least that's what I tell people every day.
Where do you think Bane-Welker goes from here? What do you see, maybe the next 10 or 20 years looking like?
Well, I think Bane-Welker is going to stay strong. I mean, I think the ESOP has helped that a lot. I mean, I think, and I think we got a lot of younger generation workers or mechanics, whether it be mechanics or whatever, but employees that don't really understand what that ESOP's doing for them. But if they would have got their last statement here last week and seen what some of these guys have put in their ESOP in just a 3-year period, hey, it's a big plus for these young guys coming in if they want to stick it out, And a lot of times everybody thinks the grass is greener on the other side, but if they learn what Bane-Welker's actually giving them, I think most of them better be paying attention. But I think the business is going to continue to grow. I mean, I think that there's opportunities out there for us to take on more stores. Whether that's happens or not, I don't know. But I think there's opportunity there. I think we've got our name well enough established now that people have learned who Bane-Welker is. They know we're a big player out there, and I think we just got to continue with our basics though and take care of people. And I think you're going to see this thing keep going.
What do you think, Kenneth Bane, what do you think Grandpa would think of the business today?
Oh, he'd probably be amazed at how much we've been able to do. But it's just like building a house. You don't start with the roof. Typically, you build a foundation, and my dad and mom built the foundation. I added a few bricks here and there, and Jason and you and all the employees added some bricks along the way to make the structure. And it's, it's a progression. Doesn't happen overnight. Nothing worthwhile happens instantaneously, at least in my experiences. You have to have some hard knocks and get up and do it again type attitude in order to be successful. And I think that's what my dad would have been happy about, was the fact that we didn't give up. We kept going and took advantage of opportunities and realized some mistakes maybe made along the way, so we restructure ourselves and get up and do it again. That's life.
But it really comes back to people in my mind. I think Bane-Welker, my family, I think we've been blessed to really connect with some amazing people that work with us, alongside us in the business. And I think it's those people that just do such an outstanding job serving our customers day in and day out. I think without that piece of it, it would be impossible to be where we're at today as a company, and it would be impossible in my mind to go forward, the next decade and beyond. and try to grow the way that I'd like to see us grow.
Get together, gonna be good vibe, keeps on getting better. We can watch the sunrise. Been a hard time, but I keep trying, keep on walking that
I was doing good there for a
You were
minute.
doing great.
But I'm still fighting, I'm not staying down low. I'm pushing past the edge. I see the light ahead.
One's coming down 25 with a head on his combine.
Run him off the road
I
is what
did
you
that
told him.
yesterday.
It's a good day, sweet like honey. It's a good day coming. Gonna keep on running.
One of those engineers that needs punched in the face.
What's that?
One of those engineers that needs punched in the face.
It's a good day coming. It's a good day coming. Feeling alright. The world is changing right now, ready or not. Gonna take flight and reawaken the dreams I never forgot. Flipping the script today.
You got $3,500 off for working here from the Fiat discount. Like, hey, you got to get something back from doing this kind of work, other than the crippling caffeine and nicotine addiction.
No, I didn't. Hey, you missed a washer. I'm not good. You got my road. Mr. Critiques a lot.
What happened here, Dan? Kogan decided that he would try to be a dumbass, and he did succeed in doing so.
Together, gonna be good vibes. We can do whatever. Gonna be good.
Building where we originally started out as a case dealer.
Hi, everybody.
Right there, freezing our off, and here you are interrupting this production.
Love y'all.
Yeah.